Okay, just in case you see her poking up, there's a baby like right there. Hello everybody, welcome back to my booktube channel. My name is Brenda Green, this is my channel Pineapple Strawberry. Today I'm here to give you guys a very early March wrap up. Give me 2 secs. Oh. See, this is the baby right here. This is exactly what I was talking about. It's been a very good reading month ever since my last wrap up. I read 8 books. 8 books. Wow. It's not even about the number of books that you read. It's about the quality of the books. And to be honest, I did not have not one book under a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Wow! So, first book I read after my February wrap-up was The Candymakers and the Great Chocolate Chase. Oh my gosh. Whenever I saw this at Barnes & Noble's, I had to have it, but then at the same time, I didn't have to have it because Candymakers was such an amazing book. And when my sister gave this book to me and was like, this is the sequel, I was kind of scared. I was like, I don't know, because Candymakers was so great. What if this is not great and then it just ruins the whole thing for me? So I bought it anyways. This is beautiful. This is just beautiful. I am so glad that I read this. If not better, this was just as good as the first Candymakers. This one involves the harmonic candy, harmonic candy? Yeah, I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. But the candy tastes different to Logan. He gathers all of his friends up and goes on this crazy, wild adventure to search out the missing ingredient. There's a hint of magic in this one, and I just freaking loved it so much. I wanted like Daisy and Philip to get together, but I was like, wait, you're 12, you're 13, I don't know. If you read The Candymakers, pick up this book as well. No rush, Wendy Mass, but I'm gonna need a 3rd book. I'm sorry. So yeah, 5 out of 5 stars, most definitely. The second book I read was Bambert's Book of Missing Stories by Reinhardt and Jung. This is about this guy. Okay, his name is Mr. Bambert, and he's like an old man that lives up in his little apartment. He writes short stories. That's like what he does. That's what makes him happy. So one day he has a book of short stories. I think it's 13 short stories. Never mind. It's 11 short stories, and 10 of them is full of a short story, and the 11th one is blank. Now what's missing in these short stories is that he needs a setting, so he sends out each short story in a little flying lantern thing, and it's really cool because he sends them out. Are you okay? He sends them out in a window, and whenever he receives them back, he gets, what are you doing? He gets the setting, and all of his short stories are so unique and so cool, very unpredictable. I really liked it. I rated this one a solid 4 out of 5 stars. Reign of Shadows was the next book that I freaking read by Sophie Jordan. Wow, just wow. Can we just take a moment? Reign of Shadows was absolutely incredible. This is a fairy tale retelling of Rapunzel or Tangled, except it's got like a hella dark twist on it. So there's an eclipse that fell over the world, and there's dwellers at night that like feed on flesh, and then there's like creatures in the dark that have adapted to this eclipse, and it's very dangerous to be outside. So we have Luna, and then we have Fowler. Luna is in this tower because her guardians have kept her there for safety, but she's trained very well to adapt to the eclipse. Fowler is just trying to get to his little place called a loo, and apparently that place has no dwellers in it. They meet each other, and this is a love story full of adventures, and it's very simple, but it's so interesting at the same time. I rated this book 5 out of 5 stars. I really loved the romance of this book. I really liked how everything was described. I didn't think it could get any better than Reign of Shadows, but after I read Reign of Shadows, I read Under a Freaking Painted Sky by Stacey Lee. Wow, this is my favorite book of the year so far. It has to be. This is about a girl named Samantha, and she's a girl that committed murder because this man tried to rape her. So that's how the story starts out. She's like, I gotta leave because I just committed murder. So she sets out to California in order to live her life there, but before she sets out to California, she meets this slave named Anime, and Anime's like, hey, I'm gonna go with you, okay? So she goes with her, but they're like, okay, we can't be girls because we're gonna get caught. So Samantha changes to Sammy, and Anime changes to Andy. No less than, I think, a day that they set out for California. They meet these 3 cowboys. Just from there, they learn how to become cowboys, and they go on adventures, and it's just a very adventure-packed book, and I really like adventures. I really like romance. There's a hint of romance in there too. It was holy crap good, bro. 5 out of 5 stars. Okay, after that, I had to read Rise of Fire. I was kind of nervous to read Rise of Fire. This is the sequel to Reign of Shadows. So Reign of Shadows was really good. I was like, I don't know about Rise of Fire, bro, but I'm here for it because it was a cliffhanger. So you kind of have no choice but to read the sequel. So this is Rise of Fire, Luna and Fowler. It leaves off at where you ended at Reign of Shadows, and it was really really, really good. The only thing that he didn't like about this book, everything was like based off of luck in this book. There were in situations in this book where I was like, sorry homeboy, like you're not getting out of this one. And just based off of true luck, they got out of these situations, and I think that happened a little bit too much. Also, they were in one space for too long, I think, in the book, so there weren't as many adventures. Still amazing. The romance definitely got a little bit more heated in this book, which I really appreciated. Oh my gosh, I can't get over how good this author writes, bro. Like, I would read anything that she writes. So after Rise of Fire, I read Always the Baker, Never the Bride by Sandra D. Bricker. This is a chick lit. I really needed a chick lit in my life. This one got 4 out of 5 stars. It's about this girl named Emma. She's a baker, and she's like top notch at her little baking business. Like, she's an award-winning baker. Now, she works in a bakery, but she gets a call from a hotel because this boy named Jackson Drake opened up a hotel, but he wants to make it a like wedding themed hotel. So they call her and they're like, hey, we want you to make wedding cakes for us. So she goes and she takes up the job. Then she meets Jackson Drake. The story kind of takes off right there. It's a love story between Emma Ray and Jackson Drake. At first, I did not ship it at all. Towards the middle of the book, I was like, heck yeah, Emma Ray and Jackson Drake for the win. This is a Christian book. I just want to warn you because it does mention God quite a bit. I mean, it wasn't super overwhelming where I was just like, okay, there's literally religion everywhere. It is a good book though. I really do recommend it. Right after that, I read The 14th Goldfish by Jennifer L. Holm. This one got a 3.5 out of 5 stars. It is a middle grade book, and the reason why it got 3.5 out of 5 stars was because it didn't have as much adventure as I wanted in it. It's about this girl named Ellie, and she's going through that awkward phase where you go between elementary school and middle school where your friends change and your life just kind of changes. So she has lost her goldfish recently, and she's losing her childhood best friend. So she's just like, man, I don't want my life to change. I'm not okay with this. So one day, this strange little boy comes to her house, and he's very cranky and sassy. And then she figures out it's her grandpa. Her grandpa used like some youth potion because he's a freaking crazy scientist. And the story just kind of follows Ellie and her grandpa, her young grandpa, and this new boy named Rod learning new science and trying to figure out what's going on with this youth potion. Okay, last but definitely not least, I read The Blood of Olympus by Riordan. This is the last book in the Heroes of Olympus series. It was a good book. I rated it 4 out of 5 stars. This one is just pretty much concluding the story. So obviously the 7 demigods are on this journey to stop the Earth Goddess from waking. There's a lot of friendship in this book and a lot of wrapping stuff up, and you figure out what they're gonna do with the rest of their lives at the end. It's so beautiful. The only regret that I have with reading this book was that I waited 2 months to read this book, and you definitely should not do that if you're reading this series. Definitely read them back to back. It was still really, really good though, and by far my favorites are Nico D'Angelo. You finally get his point of view. I've been waiting for Nico D'Angelo's point of view since the 3rd book in the series, bro. You definitely find out more about Nico and his little inner thoughts, and I really love Nico, guys. I love Nico. And then you find more out about Reina. She's just kind of like this character in all the other 4 books. And then you really get to find out like what she's been through. And I really appreciated that. And then Leo, of course. Like, I love Leo so much. This is definitely a series to be read at any age, any point in time. Like, I love it so much. And yeah, that is how I concluded the month. I'm reading the book right now. I know there's like 4 more days in March, but I'll just say it in my next wrap up. It's no biggie. Comment down below what books you guys read this month. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. See you in the next video. Bye!